Goedemorgen, goedemiddag, goedenavond, kia ora, hi, hello. Sprinkled through this, I'll have some of my adventures and travels, etc. But what I think you need when you're moving to Amsterdam, I would say the first, but it's kind of all of these are really important, is you need some sort of bank account. As we know, money makes the world go round, and that is exactly the same when you're in Amsterdam. There are a few different options for banking, but when you are what we call an expat, it's harder, right? Because you don't have what's called a BSN number yet. I'm going to be getting that with, I should have said, the visa I'm on, as Kiwis, we have the option to do a working cultural scheme. So it's a 1-year visa and you can work, but not career, if that makes sense. So you can do hospitality, tourism or something, but you can't be anywhere for more than 6 months, I believe. I'll add a little fact check here of what my visa is and what that requires. But during this first week, I've had my biometrics appointment, but I haven't yet had my resident document pickup. So I'm missing a BSN number. If you're from the States, that's sort of like your social security number. If you're from New Zealand, it's like your IID number. If you're from wherever else, it's however the government identifies you. And so a lot of banks require that. However, a couple will have exceptions, which is awesome. So they'll give you 90 days or 2 months to provide it after the fact. If not, I assume they shut down your account. The bank I went with is Bank here. I'm going to be super honest and transparent about the experience. It's really digital and quick. It's all on an app, which was awesome. However, I did have a hiccup this week. They resolved it, but when I did finally update my contact number, because you need a phone number, a Dutch phone number to set up, it flagged it as fraud and it completely shut down my account. Fortunately, I was able to email and the whole thing got resolved probably within a couple hours, but it was quite a stressful experience because they don't have a customer service phone number or an in-person bank that you can go to. Regardless of how much we love being digital nomad online people, it's really frustrating when I had money in that bank already because I'd transferred it for the few days I was using it, and then suddenly they're like, oh, actually no, we're going to shut that down because your behaviors aren't normal behaviors. I'm like, I just moved to Amsterdam. None of my behaviors are normal. I'm spending weird money on odd things because I'm trying to set up my life. I do enjoy them, but that was one catch. They did resolve the issue very quickly, but just mentally prepare that there's going to be some stress associated with that if you go for a fully digital banking option. Some other options are ABN something, and then ING, which is like one of the main providers, and you can go in person. So maybe next time I'd do that. I don't know. I'm happy with them, but I definitely wanted to call that out. And also Wise, which is formerly known as TransferWise. I've used that forever and always. It's a really great currency exchange sort of platform. So I can send money to New Zealand. If my friends are in London, I can send them the pound. However you want to exchange money, you just say what you want the final result to be in what currency, and it will work backwards and to say how much it's going to take from you. Banking is super important. From that is your phone. So the phone actually took me probably 3 or 4 days to set up because I was trying to do it with Zimyo, which is supposed to be a really easy online experience, but they kept saying yes and then saying no, wait 24 hours. So I did that a couple times before I had had enough, and I went into a Vodafone like in-person store, and they had me sorted within like 10 minutes. So I can just not rave enough about how thankful I am for the Vodafone experience here. Vodafone's also a provider in New Zealand, so I was kind of like familiar with it already. Let's go coffee. Being able to go in person and walk out with your solution is awesome. And then to add on to this, ELO, which I'll put here, I use ELO all the time. I probably won't need to for the next year because I have this Vodafone plan. The one I did was 23.5 euros a month, gives you unlimited data in the Netherlands and then 50 gigs of data each month in the European Union. And there was a lot of extra countries they added, so just perfect. Whereas ELO has been a really nice band-aid or plaster in the meantime for when I wasn't in Wi-Fi or if I didn't have data. I had just purchased like a $10 package, which gave me 20 gigs of data for the first 30 days. And that's just been great. So when there was any issues, I was still able to get online. So we've got the bank, we've got the phone number, and then from that, Tiki. Venmo is kind of the equivalent in the United States, but a really quick app where you can flick your friends money or they can request money from you when you've used, I don't know, gone out for dinner and they split it. You know what I mean? You can't do Tiki until you have your bank and your phone number, and then you get to Tiki. And the last thing you need, so these are things you really do need when you're moving, is some form of transport. My friends hooked me up with a bike, which is so cool. And I'm deciding the name. Apparently that's not a normal, people don't name their bikes, but I'm thinking to name it fiets, which just means bike in Dutch, which I think's funny. But that would just be like calling your bike in English. If you know anything about Amsterdam, biking is like the veins coursing through the city. And my friend Tanisha did actually take me for a little like practice ride first, because people don't really wear helmets. I've seen 2 people crash, nothing bad, but they just get up and keep going. So touch wood, I don't crash, but I'm kind of prepared that it might happen and just to dust myself off. So either a bike for transport or an app called 9292. So this is your classic city mappers or transportation option, which has been really helpful. So if you want to get from A to B, it's going to tell you where to walk, what to get on, the cost of it. So I would say the 3 things you really need if you're going to move to Amsterdam. Like if you've come to watch the video just for this, here it is. You need a bank, you need to set up a phone number, and then you also need to have transportation sorted, whether that is a bike, the 9292 app, or both, because this is going to help you function as a human. And then things like Tiki are nice. What's great to have when you're moving, there's this app, and I'm going to do my haul next, I'll insert it here, of the Too Good To Go app. This isn't just an Amsterdam thing, this is all over, but the concept is local retailers, primarily like restaurants, cafes, register, and basically there's surprise bags at the end of the day. And so I paid €4.99, and then I got this massive bag, which I'm going to put in here. So I'm on my way to get my first Too Good To Go. Whoa! Oh, what's in the bag? Wow, 2, hoe zeg je?
Stokbrood. Stokbrood.
Stokbrood. Because brood is bread.
Yeah.
Stokbrood.
Stokbrood. So the small stokbrood, you could call it a stokbroodje.
Oh, stokbrood.
Yeah.
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 Year.
Yeah.
Not sure.
J-E.
18 year. Was it 18 year?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
I was saying sure.
Yeah, sometimes we also
it-
use ch. It
yeah.
depends on the word.
It depends on the word. That's what we talked about. A lot of rules.
18 year. Even 8 anders. Oh,
Nice.
don't even worry.
Good build. Another one.
Okay. Yo!
You got sweets?
Yo,
You
camera.
got cheese?
Nee, beter. Ik heb 1
Oh!
panne chocolate.
Whoa! That's nice.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoa. I just think that's a really cool way to check out different spots. That's kind of a theme of a lot of these great to knows or great to haves. With the Too Good To Go, you're going to explore and try different places at a really low cost entry point, which feeds me into ClassPass, which I also hadn't used before. I'm doing a free trial at the moment, so I've been to 4 places. I was supposed to have been to 5, but one of the days I did sleep completely through the class starting, so I missed that one. ClassPass allows you to go to, again, registered gyms, yoga, Pilates, swim. I went swimming one of the days, and you can try it out without having to sign up and be a member of that particular retailer or institution, which is awesome. So I went to... Yo, okay, so I'm up to go do my first ClassPass. I'm doing like a cycle one at this place called Saints and Stars, I think, which is kind of bougie, but I don't know, we'll see. I wouldn't say I'm running late, but I'm definitely not running early, so I'll let you know how it goes, but I'm very excited. Okay, it takes me like way too long to put my bike away, but I've locked it, and now gonna go in and swim. The reformer Pilates, which I might be a new like advocate of that, because it was so hard and so good and just fun, because you get to like not play but work on this reformer machine. So I'm new to that world and I'm loving it. And then I'm going to go do a kickboxing class tomorrow. And for me, as a part of my kind of dream goal of this year, is that I can become, I want to say fluent, but I'm being reminded constantly that that is a very hard thing to achieve and it might not be accomplished in 1 year. So I want to become more conversational in Dutch by the end of my 10 year here in Amsterdam. The school I'm using, Taalboost. Taal means language in Dutch. So Taalboost, boost your language. I'm doing an online class twice a week. I think there's a lot you can do on your own, which gets me too. So I was going to say there's a lot you can do on your own. However, having formal training, because one of my housemates, which in Dutch is huisgenoten, I'm saying that wrong because I can't get the G's just yet. She says we can talk, but I have no grammar or no rules in how I talk, which is extremely accurate. So taking these formal lessons already in just one, I was like, oh, that's why people say it like this or don't say it like this. Because, for example, if you were to negate something, so if in English you were to say, I don't want to do this or I haven't done this, we use different words, right? And in Dutch, the two primary words you can use are niet or geen. It's really important when you use both, right? And I had just been throwing them around willy-nilly. Those classes in person are good, but what I also did was I went to a bookstore and I got children's books. So this one, I can tell you, this part, een beste vriendin, means like a best friend, but like girl, I think it's like feminine. But I actually can't read that, not because it's Dutch, the font is kind of messing me up. But these are two kids' books that I hope I'll be able to read in like a week or two's time. They're pretty basic. And then I got like my dream book, if I would be able to read it by the end. It's a classic that It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, you know, the big Blake Lively movie. However, it's in Dutch. I really want to read it anyway. So this is like the dream. If I would be able to read this at the end of the year, it would be amazing. Come back to the lesson of that one, which is what's great to have is some sort of formal training with the language. And people around here are extremely helpful and want to support you. And like I said, most of them can speak English very well. They can help explain the grammar and the structure and what it looks like in English. Everyone's been doing that, which is so nice, but working at it on my own with the podcast, the books, and the Duolingo, as well as the formal class, and then people, I'm hoping it all accumulates together. Last thing on the what's great to have, two more things. One very quickly is some form of journal, which is why I'm doing this. I think it's more rewarding if you're trying to do your 18 minutes a day to see the progress, and you can't see the progress if you don't have measurements like check-in points, KPIs. For our business minded. But the other really great thing to have is headphones. So when you're biking, same as when you're driving, right? It's illegal to be on your phone. When you're new to a city in particular, you don't know where you're going. I don't know where I'm going and I need to check directions. Because like I said, there's such a pace to the cycling. Yes, I can jump off the path and get back on, but that can be a little bit dangerous at points because people are coming and going at such speeds. And so what I found was really helpful after a couple of days is I put the Google Maps on and then I put the noise notification, but I just wear a headphone. It should be like, in 200 meters, turn left down blah, 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 straat, which is street. And that's just been a lot more efficient and safe, I would say. Obviously, you still want to hear, so you don't want to have completely remove like noise cancelling headphones, but you do want some sort of assistance when you're on the bike because otherwise it's just like bloody chaotic actually. Okay, something very important that I forgot. Can you see? I don't know if you can see. Oh, you probably can't see. So I need like bicycle clips, or you must tuck your jeans and your pants into your socks when you're on the bike, right? Because otherwise you get oil on your pants. So I've only messed it up, I think, on one pair of pants, but I have new tactics. Also, because we're honest people, there have been some tough things. I'm 6 days, it's actually day 7 of being here, and it's big changes, right? And sometimes in the middle of the day here, like my friends have work and they have class and school and like other responsibilities. And so at some points you're just kind of sat here because I haven't yet like acquired a job, which will be week 2 or 3 or 4's episode where I'll talk about that pursuit. This week's more about my language, but like sorting my shit out. That's what this week's been about. There's times where I'm like, I don't really want to go spending money to go do activities just yet because my outflows are so much greater than my inflows in terms of my budget. And that's the same if you're moving anywhere. I'd just be very honest about my experience in Amsterdam. I created a list of things that are helping me get out of the funk if I'm feeling that. Depending on time zones, you can give someone a call. My people in America, New Zealand, London, all around. So you can give them a call and just check in. Also light. It's quite dark in general, especially when you've moved in January. So the sun sets by 5 p.m. and it doesn't rise till basically 9 a.m. And as a New Zealander, I'm sure everyone has this, but as a New Zealander, we love the sun. So getting light on, getting some music going, or I listen to the Fletch, Vaughan and Haley podcast from New Zealand, or the Real Pod one with Victoria Garrick Brown in America. And these things just make me feel some sense of familiarity everything else is different. Like the neighborhood, where I'm sleeping. I should really have talked about that. This is so important. So on my particular visa, you do need to be registered. This is not just my visa, actually, everyone. If you're in the Netherlands for more than 4 months, you have to be registered at an address with the municipality. Like that's just how it is. So there's a lot of big changes. My friend Sora got me this really cool 5-minute journal. So you do it in the morning and at night, and it should take you 5 minutes. I've actually found that has been a bit of an anchor. I'm doing that morning and night. That's one thing that has not changed amongst all the other chain. Thank you, Sora, if you're watching this. Then the other thing that's a little tough is jet lag. Now, I famously agree with Taylor Swift that jet lag is a choice. However, it's not always your choice. It's the universe's choice. Wide awake. So while I always do try to get into the routine of the new place I'm in, sometimes you're just tired. So getting up is not necessarily the hardest, but going to sleep has been kind of hard because I came from an East Coast time zone. So when it's midnight here, it feels sort of still like it's 6 p.m. or I've just got a lot of energy. And so that is why I slept through one of my classes. So to wrap up week 1, you can expect more of this. Please comment below or subscribe. Like and subscribe. Yeah, that's great. But also comment below if you have suggestions for places I should go, because I will go there. Also, if you have any particular questions, I can do some short or more videos or just comment back to you about it. There's a lot of things that when you're going through this move, maybe I'd actually organized months ago that I'm not even thinking about anymore, such as flights and, like I said, accommodation. That one almost flew off my head because I actually planned that like a good month or 2 ago now. But in this first week, those main things, the 4 you really need to sort out: where you're going to live, we're going to add that, your bank, phone, then transport. Those really nice things to have, the 2 good to go, class pass, headphones so you can hear where you're going, and then Albert Heijn. So Albert Heijn's one of the many grocery stores they have here, and there's this card, like a boost card, and you can get a lot of deals off that. Yeah, please comment any suggestions of places, any advice you have. I'm only week 1 and I'm learning a lot already, but just super grateful for my friends and family watching, and yeah, I'll keep you posted. I'm doing well, I'm eating well, the fruit and vegetables here are very good, and everything's pretty affordable.
Wow. That's so good.
And in Amsterdam, maybe living's not the most affordable, but the fruits and vegetables and food and stuff is really good. So, and the fashion. Let's just take a moment for the fashion of the European people. They are inspiring me. I feel like I've got a decent enough fashion game, but it is absolutely going to exponentially increase during my time here. So I'm going to be giving you all sorts of graceful moments. If you like it, I hope to see you in next week's episode. Otherwise, check out the various short form videos I'm going to have, including actually this weekend, my friend Merve is coming from London. We have my friend Tanisha and Isaac's birthday party. So there's going to be a lot of probably fun, organic moments with Dutch people, and then Merve and I being tourists. So I'll make sure those are sprinkled in within the next few weeks so you can have a little glimpse of it. Okay, also, it's kind of cold here, so I've got a hot water bottle and I can't remember how to say this in Dutch. Here's how to say it. So necessary. Thank you. My housemate took me to get this. And then my friends got me rain pants, because one thing that is like so apparent here is that it rains. Even when it doesn't say it's going to rain, it's probably going to rain in some time of the day. So I have a really good rain jacket, and then I didn't have rain pants, but now I have rain pants. So those are my 2 purchases so far. Well, I have purchased a lot, but these are my 2 like material purchases. But otherwise, the word of today is tot ziens, which means see ya. T-O-T space S-I, it's not even S, T-O-T space Z-I-E-N-S, tot ziens. Or you can just say dag, D-A-G. And I'm going to have a local teach us both all how to use the G's, because they Dutch talk down here and New Zealanders talk here. Australians talk more up here, but that's something else. So yeah, today's word is tot ziens or dag.